The karaoke bar buzzed with cheap neon lights and half-drunken laughter. It was a Thursday night, the kind that drew in office workers desperate for distraction and lonely hearts craving a moment in the spotlight. But none of them noticed the woman at the back. She sat still, in a corner booth, clutching a second-hand coat that had long since lost its shape. Her hair was tucked under a faded scarf, her boots scuffed from miles walked. She didn't order a drink. She didn't speak to anyone. She just waited quietly. On stage, a man with too much confidence and too little talent belted out a painfully off-key version of a pop hit. The crowd clapped politely. He basked in the applause like he had just won a Grammy. That's when he noticed her, sitting alone, head lowered. Something about her stillness irritated him. Maybe it was her silence that made her stand out in a room full of noise. "You," he shouted from the stage, microphone in hand. "Yeah, you in the corner. You look like you could use a laugh. Wanna sing?" The crowd turned, chuckling nervously. The woman looked up. Her eyes, tired yet piercing, met his. She didn't smile. She didn't flinch. "Nah, she's probably tone-deaf," he added, voice dripping with mockery. Or maybe she lost her voice panhandling. The room froze. The laughter turned uneasy. A few people glanced away, uncomfortable. But the woman stood slowly. Her movements were graceful, strange for someone dressed in layers like armor. Without saying a word, she walked to the stage and took the mic. The man, still smirking, stepped aside. "Don't worry, folks," he said. "If this goes south, I'll come save the night." She ignored him. The screen lit up with random song choices, but she pressed a few buttons and selected her own. The opening chords of a haunting ballad played, a song not even half the room recognized. It wasn't a hit. It wasn't trending. But the moment she opened her mouth, the entire bar fell silent. Her voice didn't just echo. It carved through the noise. It was raw, powerful, aching with emotion. Every note told a story. Of loss, of hope, of something no one in that bar could put into words but somehow understood. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "Who is she?" Another said, "This can't be real." In the back, a teenager live-streaming the night's shenanigans suddenly found his comments exploding. The clip went viral before she even finished the second verse. By the time the song ended, there were tears in eyes that had rolled with laughter minutes before. No one clapped at first. They were stunned. The man who mocked her stood frozen, mouth slightly open. The woman handed back the mic without looking at him. She walked off stage and out the door before anyone could stop her. The clip hit social media within the hour. "Homeless woman stuns karaoke bar," the caption read. But what people didn't know was, she wasn't just homeless. Not exactly. A week later, journalists tried to track her down. The bar owner swore he didn't know her. Staff reviewed security footage, only to find it had mysteriously corrupted the moment she walked out. No one had a clear image of her face. But the video? It had already crossed 80 million views. Reddit threads sprang up with theories. Some said she was a washed-up former diva who lost everything and wandered the country in hiding. Others claimed she was a test subject in a government vocal experiment. But a few dug deeper and found something chilling. 5 years ago, a mysterious donor funded several hidden scholarships at elite music academies under a fake name. A foundation for invisible voices, aiding undiscovered artists who had no homes, no papers, and no pasts. And the only clue? A handwritten note in each acceptance letter. Everyone deserves to be heard. One of the recipients, now a rising star, confessed anonymously that the donor once sang her to sleep in a shelter in winter. She had the kind of voice that made silence feel like music, she wrote. "I never knew her name." Back at the karaoke bar, the man who mocked her stopped showing up. Rumors spread that his social media was flooded with hate messages, that he'd lost a brand deal, even that he left town. But the woman? She was gone. Months later, a new song appeared online. No label. No face. Just an audio clip uploaded under a random username. The voice? Unmistakable. The title? *, invisible doesn't mean silent. *. It cracked the trending charts overnight. Reactions poured in. Comments flooded YouTube. This gave me chills. I don't know who she is, but I'll never forget this voice. She disappeared, but her song stayed with me. And then, a single pinned comment from the uploader's account. Sometimes, the ones you overlook are the ones the world needs most. It wasn't just a viral video anymore. It was a mystery, a movement, a reckoning. So next time you walk into a crowded room and see someone quiet, someone who doesn't speak up or dress to impress, think twice before you mock. Because you might be looking at a legend in disguise. A voice the world was meant to hear. A story you were never meant to forget. And maybe, just maybe, she's not done singing yet.